Hello and welcome to Fashion Report Friday, the weekly video series trying to get you the most MGP possible from the Mandeville Gold Saucer when judging begins on a Friday. This is week 221, and as you can see, the theme this time is Principled Pirate. The individual clues include Shivering Timbers for our chest piece, Coiled Finally for our legs, Bookworm for our feet, and a bone to pick for our necklace slot. In this video, we'll have a 100 score, an 80 with dies, and the easiest 80 that we can come up with. Without further ado, let's hop straight onto that 100. Okay, for the 100 score this week, the chess piece in particular first is the Pago Shirt that I went for. This can be acquired either through the market board or of course originally from Pagos lockboxes in Eureka Pagos. I still have this one lying around from all that time ago, but of course, you know, there are other alternatives to this if you don't want to spend that much gil on the market board, such as the Arachne Shirt of Striking, the Arachne Shirt of Scouting, both of those will work, the Griffin Leather Coat of Striking and Scouting should work, and I believe the Urias coat and Kiramu coats will work as well. The Urias coat, quite a common piece of glamour that people have had in the game, but quite an expensive one on my server, so you might want to shop between whatever is the most affordable for you. The reason I went for the Pago Shirt, apart from having that in my retainers already, is because it is equipable by all classes level 1 in and above in the game, and both genders, but obviously choose whatever is right for you. For the legs then, basically this can be any coil trousers. That's the replica or original Dreadworm trousers. So there's the Sarawell of Fending, there's the Slops of Striking, Breeches of Maiming, Tonban of Casting that I'm using here, the Breeches of Aiming, and of course the Tonban of Healing as well. So pretty much every role has an option here, and you just choose depending on whatever role you have. And you know, if you can get the replica ones which are crafted and sold on the market board, more power to you. But if you want to actually get this yourself, then obviously you're going to have to do the final coil of Bahamut turn 4 to get those particular legs. So bear that in mind. So it's either really easy or a lot of running around. Then finally on the left side we have the Charlian Philosophers boots. This can be any boots that drop in the Great Google Library. Obviously, depending on what coil legs you have and the restrictions they impose, is going to result in whatever Charlian Philosophers boots or Charlian whatever boots you're going to have to go for. Because again, they are locked to job roles. Specifically, the Great Google Library isn't too difficult, and at level 90, you can basically go in there solo and have no problems at all, and solo that in the unrestricted mode. And you don't have to go far to actually get the boots to drop anyway, so it's not too bad. But of course, RNG, you know, dictates that maybe you should do the Great Google Library first, figure out what boots you have, and then do your legs dependent on that. That's what I personally would do. But again, a bit of running around. And then finally then, but on the right side, we have a bone to pick clue. I went for the bone necklace. And the main reason for this is it's equipable by all classes, both genders, everybody in the game level 8 and above. And you can get this from a vendor, specifically where Walter is, if you know that, in the Steps of File Market District. There's an NPC called Lolanu, who is basically a jewelry vendor, and Lolanu will sell you this under the Battlecraft accessories menu for 156 gil. This is the best item, absolutely usable by everybody level 8 and above. Very, very cheap. Alternatives, if we must list a couple, I guess there's not much point in listing everything that could work, is basically anything that looks like this necklace with the icon. So the Fang necklace and Horn necklace, and I believe the Red Coral necklace will work as well. There are many others, but again, this one is the most affordable and accessible, so there we go. And that's the 100 for this week. Either very easy or a lot of running around depending on what you already have and the order of which you do things, especially with the legs and boots. If you don't want to mess around with that at all, let's move on straight to the 80 with dies. For any weapon in the game, as you can see, we've dyed that metallic silver dye. Our helm needs to be jet black dye. Our chest, cherry pink, which is Sky Builder scripts, by the way. Ink blue for our hand slot. We need jet black on our legs and jet black on our feet. Depending on if you have jet black dyes, 3 of them or not on some of those slots, on some gear is going to depend if you're going to have to either spend money or get lucky with retainers or spend gil on the market board. Yeah, I think it's a little bit unfair, honestly, to have that much jet black once again, but we have had some easy dye options recently, so I think the best bet is probably to move swiftly along from this because it's not the best solution in the slightest. Alright, for the easiest 80 that I could come up with, very simply requires 3 dyes, low cost dyes at least, and the necklace that we purchased earlier. So as you can see, you just got anything for having something equipped in your chest slot. It doesn't matter what it is, so it doesn't matter. Make sure there's something equipped in every slot, by the way. That's a must-have. Then I want you to dye any gloves in the game ink blue. Ink blue is very easily obtainable from an NPC vendor. The low-level NPC dye vendors in starting cities will sell ink blue. I think for about 216 gil. I think it's something like that. Then for the legs, equip any legs in the game and dye those soot black dye. And then any feet in the game, dye those soot black dye. So we have ink blue on hands, soot black on legs, soot black on feet, something equipped in every slot, and then the bone necklace, which you can get from low-level jewelry vendors or low-level vendors such as Lolanu in the Steppes of Thal, and you're pretty much good for an 80. This is the most probably cost-effective way of getting an 80 out of all of this. 3 dyes and an item. So yeah, if you have any problems, make sure you have something equipped in every slot, like I say. If you don't, then you're probably going to end up with less than this. So if you pay attention, you should get this no problem. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. A link will be in the description to the Reddit thread where dyes and things are theorized each week. Of course, much thanks to the entire community for working on the solutions for this. And yeah, another week in the bag, 221 of these. So I'm looking forward to seeing some new ideas that come through into Fashion Report. And hopefully less jet black dyes, but we'll have to just hold our fingers ever more crossed than they usually are for that to happen, I'm afraid. Anyway, much love, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you all next time.